Well, I don't know that it does. Do you understand that, what a preliminary examination is, sir?
Not really.
Huh?
I'll be
I'm gonna pass it. You'll explain to him what it is and what he's waiving. People can't come up here and waive their rights and not know. Bye. But I can't really do anything because they don't have an interpreter.
To dismiss it?
Well, they don't have an interpreter for the victim, the alleged victim in the case. Right? So even if they were wanting to go forth today, they can't.
Well, they couldn't, even if they had an Arabic interpreter here, they would be unable to proceed today, Your Honor. I'm serious. I could file a motion to quash the warrant. They didn't allege the elements of the charged offense.
You know what? Now everybody's going to be trying to file that. You know what? Go ahead, file it. File their motion then. I'm not dismissing. Was there the same request on Carla Bourdain?
Yes,
Your co-defendants? I'll call that case. So court does call the case of People versus Carla Bourdain.
Agreement cook for the people in that case as well, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. Bourdain. Please state your name.
Yeah, Carla Bourdain.
Judge, as far as John Bourdain, we have no objection to the adjournment. I think if the court agrees, we schedule it for the 24th. I would ask the prosecutor if they can give some verification that I believe Mr. Markham's in the hospital.
And I'll have the victim advocate reach out and try and get that paperwork over to the counsel as soon as possible.
So we don't. So there's no verification that he's in the hospital?
I have not received any sort of documentation. The victim advocate, the victim reached out, said that he's in the hospital and that he would like to be here, but unfortunately cannot.
Well, I think if it were the other way around, I'd need verification prior to adjourning it. So fair's fair. So somebody get some verification to me. How soon can they get the verification?
Immediately.
Then folks, you're gonna have to have a seat because I'm gonna do something else if they don't have the verification.
That's fine.
Thanks, Judge. That's it. So I did one Portuguese interpreter and 2 cases that I did nothing. All right, good start. Ready on anything else?
We can call Bear Chatain, I think.
Court does call the case People versus Amanda Barrett Chatain.
Your Honor, agreement cook for the people.
Michael Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Ms. Barrett Chatain, who's approaching. Judge, state your name, ma'am.
Amanda Barrett Chatain.
Your Honor, this is the day and time set for preliminary examination. People are unable to proceed.
We'd move to dismiss, Judge.
People being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed on the defendant's motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day.
You do the same, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I believe we're also ready on Nicole Nielsen.
Which one?
Nicole Nielsen.
Nielsen? Court calls the case People versus Nicole Nielsen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Davy Lieb on behalf of Ms. Nielsen, who stands to my right. Ms. Nielsen, can you please tell the judge your name?
Nicole Nielsen.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the day and time set for preliminary examination. The people are unable to proceed.
Your Honor, the defense would move to dismiss this time.
People being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed. That's on the defendant's motion without prejudice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. What's wrong? Huh? It was okay. It's very nicely done and just.
Your Honor, I believe we're also ready on Sierra Tackett.
Court calls the case People versus Sierra Tackett.
Morning, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. Tackett. Would you please state your name, ma'am?
Sierra Tackett.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the day and time set for preliminary examination. At this time, people are unable to proceed.
We'd move to dismiss, Your Honor.
People being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed. That's without prejudice on defendant's part.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You're ready on any of yours, Ms. Zinda, or no?
I am ready, however, other councils are not here. I don't have counsel.
Who?
I don't think Mr. Warren Green for the city's office, I think, because that's a meeting.
Mr. Who?
Green. He might be sure.
Where's Mr. Warren Green? Thank you, Mr. Green. Who else were you looking for? Just him?
Mr. Burdell, and then Mr. Johnson, who I know is not here yet. Mr. Burdell is next.
What you doing next door? Are they quick matters?
Yes.
Then get Burdell and Green, get them in here.
Judge, I'll go over there.
Court does call the case People versus Jesse De La Garza.
And then on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alex Warren Green on behalf of Mr. De La Garza.
Your name, sir?
Jesse De La Garza.
And Your Honor, at this, today's date, time set for preliminary examination, at this time, as the count one are unable to proceed, ask for count two to be remanded down to district court.
And Your Honor, the defense would move to dismiss with respect to count one.
People being unable to proceed on count one is dismissed. I'll continue to defendant's not guilty plea as to count two. And I'll set a pretrial date and 14B for
March 16th at 9 a.m.
March 16th, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Bond. We'll continue. Thank you. Court calls case People versus Charles Cobb.
Morning, Judge Caldwell, on behalf of Mr. Cobb.
Your name?
Please take your name for the record.
Charles Cobb.
And Your Honor, so previously I'd spoken to the prosecutor. I was not expecting this exam to proceed. It's my understanding the complainant is now present. I still need to execute a waiver form. We do intend to waive this exam.
All right. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. That we intending to waive the exam.
Yes. You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
Can you repeat that?
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by the standard probable cause that the offense was committed and that you committed it.
What does that mean?
Well,
Have you guys talked about a waiver?
yes, Judge. So this is basically, we talked about how the people have to present their evidence, and if there's a low standard of evidence, it will be bound over to circuit court. And you understand that you're waiving that hearing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and we talked about this?
Yes, we have.
Okay. Do that satisfies that question from the court, Judge?
Well, I don't know that it does. Do you understand that what a preliminary examination is, sir?
Not really.
Huh?
I'll be
I'm gonna pass it. You'll explain to him what it is and what he's waiving. People can't come up here and waive their rights and not know. Bye.
I knew what
Thank
it
you,
is.
Judge. It's okay.
Court calls the case People versus Anthony Hamilton.
Robert, I just give you a hearing for the prosecution, if everybody's interested. But
Morning, Judge. Your staff, Robert Burton Harris, on behalf of Mr. Anthony Hamilton, who's also present.
Your name, sir?
Yes, sir. Anthony Hamilton.
All right, what are we doing?
Judge, after speaking with my client about this matter, he has decided to waive his right to the preliminary examination and proceed to circuit court on this. So. Sign right here. And Mr. Hamilton is executing the waiver of exam form.
Sir, you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by the standard of probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you'll not have that hearing, you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right. People also waive their right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendants bound over to circuit court on count 1 with count 2 following.
Thank you, Judge.
You just gonna leave?
No, sir.
No,
Really?
I was
He's
gonna talk to Ms. Wilding.
He's just gonna walk, he's just gonna walk out.
No.
I was gonna talk to Ms. Wilding and then I'll talk to
What? You're gonna do what?
I was gonna talk to your staff.
Why?
Because
You gotta talk to me.
we got a lot to talk about.
Burton Harris. Everybody's just trying to mess up my day. You acknowledge receipt of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
Acknowledge receipt of it, Judge. And,
You waive it,
waive formal reading of the.
And you
the
stand
felony
mute.
information, and we stand mute.
Yeah, all right. Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea as to both counts. Pretrial in this matter will be set for
April 16th at 1:30 with Judge Slay.
April 16, 2026, 1:30 before Judge Slay.
Sorry, Judge, I always forget how efficient this court is.
I don't know if that was a compliment or not.
I was serious.
Bond will continue. All righty, thank you, sir. Set the waiver.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I got you.
Take care, Mr. Burton Harris. All right. So we have no prosecutor. Might be real quick then. Where'd they go? They just.
Mr. Cook, who is speaking to the victim on one matter, Mr. Chabowski.
Oh, Miss Enda's here.
Miss Enda was missing. Oh, Mr. Warren Green's here.
Do you have another one that's ready or? You don't know? Okay, well.
Yes, and it should be a waiver.
We already have this.
Oh, okay. You got it. Thank you. Anna's calling.
Court does call the case of the people versus Derek White.
On behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alex Warren Green on behalf of Mr. White.
Your name, sir?
Derek White.
And Your Honor, it's my understanding today that Mr. White is going to be waiving up the circuit court on counts 1 and 2, and count 3 and 4 will be dismissed.
And Your Honor, the people did extend that waiver agreement, I think, in addition to dismissing the 2 counts the people stated, the people would not object to a bond modification for home confinement. But if I may address that when appropriate, Mr. White does wish to preliminary exam. He's signing a form right now.
So you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination on counts 1 and 2?
Correct.
All right. You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes.
You understand you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes.
All right. People also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on counts 1 and 2.
Your Honor, we acknowledge receipt of the information, waive its reading and stand mute.
Defendant standing mute to those charges. Court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
March 9th at 1:30 with Judge.
March 9th, 2026, 1:30 before Judge Hamad.
Your Honor, maybe a protest.
Yes. Counts 3 and 4 are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Record should reflect we've had a bench conference regarding bond in this case. What I am going to do is I'm going to change the defendant's bond to a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. Defendant must be placed on a home confinement GPS tether prior to his release. I'm also going to include, there is already 2613 Airwood Trail, which is an excluded address. I am also going to include 2490 Airwood Trail as an excluded address. There is another address, which is the complainant's address. Your counsel will tell you about that, but I am also adding that to the exclusion zone. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
A no-go, a no-go too. So. This one's already one. 490 Airwood Trail is an addition. This is also an addition.
Those two are additional. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Court calls the case, the People versus Mamie Sar.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Dan Garrett on behalf of Ms. Sar. She's stepping forward.
Garrett.
Good morning. My name is Penda Sar.
Judge, may we approach very briefly?
Yeah.
Thank
So recall.
Yes.
Probably on behalf of Mr. Cobb.
Charles Scott. Who was this, you could do the waiver. I just need, all right, thank you. Mr. Cobb, you had an opportunity to speak with your attorney
Yes, I have.
about a preliminary examination waiver?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna ask you basically the same questions. You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
Yes.
You understand that by waiving that proceeding, you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes.
All right, people also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendants bound over to circuit court on a single count. Mr. Burdett.
Waive formal reading, stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
April 16th at 1:30 with Judge Slay.
April 16th, 2026, 1:30, Judge Slay.
Your Honor, may I approach this on information?
Yes, bond will continue. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we do that one. That's called the case People versus Samira Danpolio.
Allison, on behalf of people, Your Honor.
On behalf of Ms. Gamble. Sorry. Please state your name for the record. Thank you.
And Your Honor, today's date time set for preliminary examination. At this time, as to count one, the people are unable to proceed. The people would ask for count two to be remanded down to district court.
Your defense would ask that the case be dismissed. However, understand it's up to the people.
Continue the defendant's not guilty plea to count two. Count one is dismissed. People being unable to proceed. Pretrial in this matter will be set
March 12th at 10:30.
March 12th, 2026, 10:30
Yes.
before Judge Fresh Hour.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Bond continued.
Thank you.
How many more do I have?
You've got 2, 3 recalls.
We can do if the defense attorneys are here on the all that.
Yes.
Court does call the case People versus K1 White.
Mr. Chablowski is the prosecutor on this matter, Your Honor. I've called in, Michael Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. White. I've called in the hallway, I've emailed, I've called in the other courtroom, and in this courtroom, I don't have any explanation as to his whereabouts.
Raymond Cook for the people standing in for Mr. Chablowski.
One White, no response. Bench warrant will issue for the defendant's failure to appear. Bond in this matter will be set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately. Thank you. Are they ready?
Yes.
Court recalls the cases of the People versus John Burdine and Carla Border.
Morning again, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
On behalf of John Burdine, who's approaching the court. John, state your name.
John Bordine?
Good morning, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. Bardine. Would you please state your name, ma'am? Carla Bardine.
Your Honor, we were attempting to reach out to the victim. The line that we had was not answering when we called him. I don't anticipate, I do not anticipate being able to get proof of his hospitalization today.
Judge, we would ask these matters be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor, we would. Motion.
This time, the people being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed. That's without prejudice on the defendant's motion. Folks, you understand that these cases could be reauthorized. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll talk on.
Jesus. I think he gets an adjournment. Jesus gets an adjournment. If I asked for it. Okay, never even. Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jesus Hernandez Palestino.
Morning, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Bandano, on behalf of Mr. Jesus Hernandez Palestino, who stands to my right, would you state your name for the record, sir?
Jesus Hernandez, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the date and time set for preliminary examination. People are ready to proceed today by him asking for an adjournment. The reason for that being, based on my conversation with the victim who is present, I believe he would need an Arabic interpreter, and we did not secure one in advance of today's examination. Additionally, there is some additional investigation I think would be helpful to both parties that we've done in the meantime. that might help resolve this case.
Any objection?
Yes, Your Honor, the defense would ask for a dismissal. I think the second part of Mr. Cook's statement is really what we're interested in. And the fact of the matter is the police report doesn't allege the elements of the charged offense. So more investigation is in fact needed. It's unclear if more investigation would make this a case that the people would actually be able to proceed on. That might happen, it might not. But at this point, the defense would just ask to dismiss. They can refile it if their investigation turns something up.
Yeah, but I can't really do anything because they don't have an interpreter.
To dismiss it?
Well, they don't have an interpreter for the victim, the alleged victim in the case. Right? So even if they were wanting to go forth today, they can't.
Well, they couldn't, even if they had an Arabic interpreter here, they would be unable to proceed today, Your Honor. I'm serious. I could file a motion to quash the warrant. They didn't allege the elements of the charged offense.
You know what? Now everybody's going to be trying to file that. You know what? Go ahead, file it. File their motion then. I'm not dismissing.
Okay.
I'll adjourn this matter to 24th. I'll adjourn this matter to March 24th. Court finding good cause based upon the lack of an interpreter. 2025, 26, 9 a.m. before me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll continue.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You know what? Never mind. I have so much to say. I'm on the record. I can't say it.
That's right.
I can say what I want to say. Some of it's not real good though, you know? Might not be judgely. What is Miss Sar's one?
Yes.
That's gonna go away.
Okay.
Maybe, I think he's talking.
Yeah.
So who?
So Mr. Lee has, his client is in custody of 2 cases. They are waivers. We're just waiting. Mr. Chubble's judge. Courtroom.
So Mr. Levo's cases are waivers.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That is my understanding, yes.
She can cover where.
Then I will call.
Snyder. Snyder was not.
And get rid of child
Yeah,
abuse.
then he added a count to like Yargo.
No, it wasn't. Hold on, what?
This may be a more involved waiver. We may need Mr. Chablowski, so I will go get.
This may be, okay.
The other file that we haven't seen yet is Mr. Watkins. This is Johnson. So basically,
Johnson.
yeah. Setting up. Go ahead. I just want you to try and find someone to cover it.
He's what?
So he's gonna try and find someone to cover it. No. No.
Is that gonna change things? No.
We're bringing him. Are you guys ready? Court does call the cases of the people versus Kirby Snyder. 2 cases.
Yeah, Chair Just explain why.
Missing the child abuse.
Judge.
Okay.
As.
Hang on, I need an appearance.
Assistant Public Defender Davey Lee on behalf of Ms. Snyder stands to my right.
Your name, ma'am? Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, as the case
Oh, I'm
is
sorry.
AB 139,
The child abuse.
FY,
Somebody left appeals in circuit court.
Why?
we received
Because he's
the
in
letter
the-
report today,
Mhm.
and I informed Mr. Lebo of that. Are you moving to add count 2 of
He doesn't want to
possession
reduce
of
anything right now.
cocaine,
He wants it all to be dealt with in circuit court.
the 4-year felony under MCL 333.285,
That's a good idea.
and I prepared the information to that effect.
And Your Honor, I have received the information, reviewed it with Ms. Snyder, and Ms. Snyder has executed an exam.
This is on 489.
Yes, Your Honor.
The amended information on yes.
All right. And so as to count 2, she's waiving the formal reading of that and standing mute to that charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, the court will set that standing mute to the charge and our not guilty plea as to count 2.
Okay,
And then you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination on that case, ma'am?
yes,
You understand that that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that she committed them?
Yeah.
You understand that you'll not have that hearing, you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
yes,
People also on that case waive their right.
Yes.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on counts 1 and 2.
Your Honor, we acknowledge receipt of the information, waive formal reading, and stand mute as the circuit court arraignment.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, both counts court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
March 19th at 1:30 for Judge Slay.
I'm sorry, you said March 19th,
Yes, for Judge Slay.
2026, 1:30, Judge Slay. Bond on that matter will continue. Probably got to do this way. All right. Takes care of that one. Hold on a second. Why do I hit this? Is she waiving on the other file?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I did that. On the other case, you understand that you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination.
yes,
All right. Preliminary examination in that case also having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on both counts. In that case, defendant, you're waiving reading of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Standing mute.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will enter not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set March 19th.
March 19th.
March 19th, 2026, 1:30, Judge Slay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll continue.
thank you.
Thank you.
Sign information.
Very good. Ready on Sal?
Yes.
Court does call the case People versus Mary Sarr.
Okay,
Good morning, again, Your Honor. Dan Garrett on behalf of Ms. Sarr, stepping forward.
And the SAR.
Your Honor, at this time, one of the witnesses that I believe we will need to ultimately proceed with this case is unavailable, and therefore we are unable to move forward next time.
We have a motion to dismiss, Your Honor.
We will be unable to proceed this time. Case is dismissed on motion of defendant. Ma'am, you understand that's what without prejudice, meaning that the case can be brought back.
I understand.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Johnson. Mr. Johnson did not get money.
Is it anticipated to be like a waiver or something, or
It's a remand, Your Honor.
it's a remand? All right. Are you in communication with him at all?
I was up until a little bit ago. He said he doesn't know when he'll get here. He was asking if he could do it off the record, which I don't think.
I'm no. If, let him know if he has an opportunity to zoom in, I'll, come back out and I'll handle it. Okay? Because that's all I've got.
Did the court call White? I'm sorry. Koan White?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was a bench warrant.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to step off, and then if we can get Mr. Johnson via Zoom, then I'll come back on and we'll deal with it. What's in recess?
All right.
Tension rises in court when the judge realizes the defendant doesn't fully understand what a preliminary examination is, yet is being asked to waive it. The judge immediately pushes back. No one gives up constitutional rights without knowing what they're surrendering. At the same time, the case can't proceed because there's no interpreter available for the alleged victim. Even if the defense is ready, the prosecution can't move forward today. Then defense counsel signals a possible motion to quash, arguing the elements weren't properly alleged. The judge responds sharply, "Go ahead, file it. I'm not dismissing." Procedure matters, rights matter, but strategy has consequences too. So here's the question. Should a case move forward if someone doesn't fully understand the rights they're waiving? Like and share if courtroom fairness comes first.